Hello, I'm from a European country, Lithuania, which belongs to NATO and European Union, but really it doesn't belong to anywhere because our medicine is Stone Age level, as our Minister of Health, Tulkis, bans people from antibiotics. And it happened for me that 22 months ago I have got orbital cellulitis, and 5 hours nobody treat me, nobody even look after me in two different hospitals, and there was no excuse for COVID because I had negative tests. They even did not let me through the door. I could not stand on my feet, as orbital cellulitis causes damages, as I found today in literature, of spinal cord. It breaks the connection between brain and spine. So I could not stand. There was not a bench. They did not let me through the door. 2021, October 23. And as we see from literature and from YouTube, it is emergency state, mortal state, and people without treatment die. And they did not prescribe me any medicine. They did not have me any medicine, and they said they will cut my eye. So orbital cellulitis had this eye, but without red inflammation. And today you can see it is inflammation. And like in literature, it is goes after 22 months. It's still there. It's in the bone. It's here, and it cleans. Now I added ferrum medicine. I treat myself because my home medical care system threw me out. They said I must go out. And I've got illegally penicillin Ospamox after one day. And how I survived, the feeling was incredible because it was inflammation in the head. They did not give me antibiotics. And I survived the night with B multivitamins. I found at home only 2 tablets. I did not find my B1. B1 helps a lot. It's beer, how to say, Buvery. I have bought one. It's very cheap, and it's a lot of tablets. I had somewhere at home, but I could not remember because the head was inflamed. It was like, it's in my channel actually. You can find how did I look that day. And as it was autumn, no bee could attack me, and no allergy could be. But my luck was that I bought mineral water, and I had a book, and I had a person to talk all the time. Because if you talk all the time, you did not lose consciousness. And as I understand, they were waiting for me to lose consciousness, and because symptoms of this rare disease, I found it's one of 1 million, started showing up 2018, 2019. I applied to various doctors, and they threatened me. I could not properly move my right hand, right eye, right hand, and they threatened me, and I threatened them back to threaten with commissions. I've got very good medicine for head, uh, main artery, which is responsible for blood system to legs and arms. So my luck when uh, occurred this orbital cellulitis was that I've been taking aspirin for many years because these symptoms they were showing up, that throwing plates from right hand suddenly becoming very weak, and throwing things, and it's very similar to in stroke. And they played a role like you are looking for the things that doesn't exist. And 2019, I remember very clearly, my head was like this. I mean, I couldn't hold this straight. It was a little bit like this, like this. And in the medical care system, they were by violence trying. You must put straight. I said I can't. It's like this, and they were squeezing my neck and shouting at me, idiots. It's Lithuanian healthcare system, because that means that already some nerve was inflamed and spinal cord damaged, and I could not properly walk already 2019 autumn, and my heart was stopping. This inflammation was going through all body and going to the heart, to the brain, to the spinal cord, and they were waiting for the death of a young person. And then I understood that it's something very bad, but what could I do? They even in Lithuania they do not show you results. They analyze you. They make photos, for example, of your head, of your brain, and they do not show you results. They know for so they knew for themselves that something very bad, and they were waiting for it to happen. And when it happened, they did not write medicine, but I've got medicine, and then I've got recipe already drinking these pills of penicillinum, and it did not help. After some time, it looked like this. I remember, and I understood that inflammation is renewed, and I had problems with my dogs. I was in a vet clinic, and I've heard two vets were talking between each other. They said, if antibiotics help to dog, we must repeat. And then I already had bought another penicillinum because I threatened doctor again. She said she will not write. She started to calling. She started running on corridors. She said you left clinic because I say after 6 hours they did not give me help. So I had to go home. What should I do? And they wanted to cut my eye. So later in the system, she wrote 10 tablets of Ospomox penicillinum, and I got at home this box. And as doctors were running crazy, did not consult me. I did not know to drink. But then I heard this conversation of animal doctors, and I thought if animals are treated again with antibiotics. We are also animals. I will try. So I said thanks to vets, and I started drinking again Ospomox. And my another doctor had written for me Biodroxil, and all this medicine cost only €5. But as I read now from literature, I did everything right. But when I asked for fourth box of Ospomox Clavi, she started shouting at me, but at Orbital Cellulitis, this medicine should be used after 22 months of this disease. I still did not get this because they found who wrote me first box, that my dentist, and they threatened her. And once I asked, I said I would like to drink this Ospomox Clavi. She said no, I can't, because she was threatened. So after 22 months, I still did not have this bone antibiotics that is prescribed at this illness. But my luck is that I know about herbs. So I drank that terrible night herbal tea till 2 or 3 o'clock, and at 2 or 3 o'clock this diminished a little bit, and in the morning after first Ospomox tablet it shrank. It was like balloon actually. But today I have this, and it was going out. It goes very strangely through eye. Sometimes inflammation goes through eye, sometimes goes around, and it's always getting worse. That then I lose blood, and I do not enough meat, and my mom, for example, waiting for my death. I cannot how to say, negotiate that she would help, that there would be no such situations that I do not have meat or ferrum, but I cannot convince her that this is terrible disease, and she attacked me last year. She talked very bad, very terrible things to me, that this is my fault. This is nobody's fault. The people do not choose such terrible diseases. It happens. And she said it's my fault, and she's, oh geez, what is happening? Because if you have a question, why nobody helped? But my luck was like luck. Inflammation also went through another eye, and with eye problems I had already 2017. Then I started very weirdly see with this eye, uh, and it occurred that two minuses are down, and they say it's retina inflammation, blah blah blah. They lied, of course they lied. And then I decided never to come back to computer books and so on, and to save my eyes. But 2022 in January, it started inflammation in this eye, and after 5 days, I felt the lung was squeezed, and it was like a ball in it, and I could not properly breathe all year long. The new clinics, when I went after, they threw me out, said nothing wrong with the lung. I could not properly breathe with my left lung. I sometimes saw very bad with both eyes, and I started coughing on September very badly. And my viewers of YouTube channel, I was creating my TV. What can I do? Inflammation everywhere, inflammation here, inflammation in lung. I just live my life. I create my broadcast. Somebody attacked, said, "You are coughing." You, I said, "So what? I am ill person. So what? Should I dig myself, hide myself in cellar or what?" I did not have hair. Actually, last year I did not have hair. I was bald, and somebody attacked me for appearance. And I like this to throw, not to throw, to pull out reactions, how they react to a person who is near to death, because people do not understand that person who is near to death also has wishes, also has his aspirations in life. I have finished 4 times university. I wrote dissertation. I wrote few books. I wrote thousands of articles in newspapers. I wrote I don't know how many articles in scientific press. I am also not bad chess player and the woman candidate of chess, and people who are near to death, they are alive and they have aspirations. Their brain is working. Sometimes then you are near to death, brain is working even better. And it is also proven. It is said that somatic system of nerves is compensating because a body doesn't want to die. So the brain is awaken, alert system, and I could read books sometimes 400 pages in a day because the brain was so bright. But it's alert system when you are near to death, and when you are near to death, it's another terrible experience that. randomly movie of your life is going. So, and you have these randoms. Then I have this random. Then I start remembering things that I forgot many years ago. I understand that I'm near to death. Then I drink B multi. I don't go to sleep when I'm near to death. I understand that this is a threat, that this inflammation again is active. And with this inflammation, it's very funny that all these doctors, shitty doctors, believe that I will die. As I understand now, what's the aim? Not to give antibiotics. And if they gave me antibiotics for 17 days, it was not enough. And my doctor, Vaida Buchenia, denied possibility to get Ospamox clavi. She started shouting that you have no right to come and to say me what to prescribe. You drink and drink antibiotics. And in orbital cellulitis, it is minimum 3 months of intravenic antibiotics. I did not get intravenic. I got the most. It's not very simple antibiotics, penicillinum, but it's not enough. By these diseases, you must get a mixture of very strong antibiotics. So when already I got very bad, I saw that I could not walk properly. I was like swinging to sides, and one of my viewers said, I will try to get you antibiotics. I say, how? Because I don't know these illegal ways to find somewhere. And she found, and she sent me, and I shared with her new experience. I go to shop and I hear a voice, and before I could not turn my head already because it's everything squeezed. All the neck is like iron, and I turn my neck and I write her in Messenger, I could turn my neck. And she said, but if, and we both understand that all people could turn neck. And for me, new experience after some time. And I say, that means it helps. And she, oh, but going through bridge was difficult because I could not hold straight. I was afraid. But I write her, I say, I cannot go for a bridge. And she misunderstands. She said, oh, it's okay, the medicine is working. Medicine was working like it was getting worse. But it is written in literature that it can get worse. And with neck is sometimes going too relaxy, and sometimes I want this that something would hold my neck, because maybe I got used to this iron neck. I got used to iron neck, but the most funny reactions of medicine personnel, like they wanted by violence. You should hold your head straight. I said I can't. I had head like this 4 years ago, or like this all the time. Oh, I can move my head. So, what else? Yes, in nature there are herbs. Also helped goat milk. Now this year I don't want goat milk. Also cuprum. Cuprum fights against Staphylococcus aureus. This orbital cellulitis is caused by Staphylococcus aureus, and inflammation of left eye when it went to the lung probably was caused by streptococcus, some type of streptococcus. So I have in both eyes different bacteriums. It's very funny. Not funny at all, of course. But this broad range antibiotics, it beats also streptococcus. So after 4 months of antibiotics, our government thinks remember what I cited our doctor. You drink already the third course of antibiotics. Now, how many courses I drank, I don't know. But I think that officially they must treat people. But in they don't know how to cure rare diseases, rare inflammatory diseases, very dangerous because it's in your head. I remember some doctors shouting at me, "Why do you say that you had infection in your head?" But I say, "I is in the head." No, it was skin infection. But I say it's not arm, it's head. And they even denied a locality of infection, that it was head and it is very dangerous. And they tried to falsify my documents of this illness was hidden and our doctors could not see. They were even offering me to go to operate something. In Lithuania, they always, like a treatment, they offer to people to cut something, to go for experiments. And people normally do not know that it's only by their free will to go on experiments because nobody can force. But they threaten people. If you do not agree, it means you deny treatment. But I say cutting is not treatment. And gynecologist said, your results are bad. You should go and cut a piece of your meat for further analysis. And I say, but I have Staphylococcus aureus. But it was only in the skin. They write it was only. I show. Okay, I say I will show you photo. I showed her photo, and she and the medical this sister said, okay, okay. Then they saw this balloon on the head. I say I still have it. I have Staphylococcus aureus. It's everywhere in my body. If you cut somewhere, I can die. And you offer me go and cut some meat. I don't need this experimental treatment. I see in the results that it is not cancer. Why should I cut myself to look for cancer? But another thing, what happened, they also did not explain. Then you have this inflammation. I think maybe somebody who has this rare disease will find this video and it will help. Your blood is becoming cancerous. It's like leukemia, but they zip. They do not say what does it mean. This eosinophilia, and this stupid doctor from my village, she was shouting, "You have worms, you have worms," but no analysis showed I have worms. Okay, I say I can go for analysis for worms. I do not have worms. You live in the countryside, you have worms. Shh, neburksti. But then you have this infection. Your blood becomes like infected because it wants to fight this infection, and the blood becomes cancerous, and this is the problem. And yeah, I smile, but the blood cancer, how it works, it is again difficult to walk. You get very weak. Baigiam burkšti. Neburkšti. When my dog. No, they will not let me. Tyliai. And then you must find ways to raise your red bodies of your blood, because the drop of them is so fast that it's a feeling that you can die. And I think that with blood reserve problem, you can die even if your hemoglobin is okay. And they do not advise anything. And my skin color last year was yellow brown, like a person who has cancer. Today, as you see, it's not yellow brown. It's a little bit getting red. and last year it was yellow-brown. And I was doing my broadcast with all that appearance, and then when I got this coughing, this terrible coughing, and such long 5 centimeters inflammatory thing went out my throat. I haven't seen before. I was working with my garden production and I ate a lot of plums, and after, because I wanted to check if production is good, and then I found after all that plums has a lot of materials fighting also infections. So I ate tons of plums, and my inflammation from lungs cleaned out. And I had, after that, I had never problems with not breathing with my left lung. So what I wanted to say, my viewers said, we want to help, your health is very bad. And they started sending money. But I thought it's kind of maybe provocation, because in Lithuania it's very typical. People can help you and later to say, you cheated us. So if a person demanded that I used all this money for medicine, I just went straight to apothec and bought vitamins, medicine, and as donations raised, I understood that to avoid provocations, I just made a film of all my medicine, and I understood that provocators understood that they were cheated, that maybe she is not ill or something. So I bought cuprum because I found that cuprum helps to grow hair, and it is true because I did not get hair because immunity is so low that body is fighting this streptococcus, staphylococcus, and is weakened at such level that it has no strength to grow hair. And not long time ago, I found like cuprum fights also Staphylococcus aureus. Also, I drink Gelamertol. It's amazing remedy. It helps a lot. I said in all apothecas, and they looked at me because it's not often this inflammation of eye orbit. And I say it's not only from rhinitis, it's from eye inflammation. It helps very much. It became also hell expensive, and but I found the ways. I found that not packed medicine is cheaper. So I found one apothec that I buy in pieces. So maybe these all advices will help if somebody English speaking finds this video, or also some Lithuanian, because this inflammation of eye from rhinitis can occur to anybody. Also after this pandemic, when immunity is very low. Thanks for watching, and I think maybe I helped with somebody with my story. I'm still alive. It's 22 months after they wanted to cut my eye. They said I will not live. I will not see. About eyes. I see the same sharpness with this eye that they say I will get blind, and with this eye, it became a little bit worse because it compensated all the time. Because this eye saw somehow badly, actually. Sometimes I saw some lights. It got very weak. I couldn't read with it, so I was reading only with one eye, and this one eye got worse, and maybe two minuses. But also the problem was that I went to prescribe new glasses, and a doctor, when she heard that it's inflammation, she come next time. So I came after 1 year, and it got worse because glasses were old. I did not see it with them anything at all. And until she heard inflammation, she was normal. She was prescribing me glasses. And then she heard inflammation. Inflammation, disease, glasses will not help. I took recipes. I say, thank you. I go to order glasses. If it gets worse or better, I will come and prescribe new glasses. But disease means that you cannot correct. I can correct, but it can change. And this is a problem in Lithuania. They hold this disease uncurable and that the person is doomed. But what I want to say, it is not true at all. And I got used to read so much that I cannot stop. It's bad for my eyes, but it's good for the brain actually to read, because some damage could have occurred. I sometimes see some symptoms like as if after stroke, as if some text some text I understand better, technical text, and poetry worse, or complicated text worse. And if I understand complicated text better and poetry better, so that means it's getting better. And with chess, I was good at chess before Orbital Cellulitis, and I was good after. There was this pandemic and then war, and now it's very dangerous for me to go to public. Everybody knows that Ukraine will win, and I know that it will not win. So in one tournament, I was almost attacked. So I decided when war is going on, not to play, not to get attacked by coach. I was attacked by coach. So I also very good in chess, and it's not true that it's not curable. Of course, it's renewable. I have, you can see here, but it's normally when it goes here, it's through blood system cleans up. So that means it's not true that it's incurable. The body, if it gets stronger, it cleans out this inflammation. Maybe it will last all my last life. How much time we have, we don't know. Every day I feel like it's extra time for me. It's amazing. But we cannot force people to understand the beauty of the life because they have no life threat. In Lithuania, they are very angry. They are persecuting each other, attacking each other, and in medical system, they are like Hitlers. As I faced, it's Mengele, Hitlers. It's nothing connected to democracy, nothing to do with conventions of medicine, and as I imagine, many people with lighter infections have died because they did not get medicine. And even doctors, I met a doctor who believes that if she drinks antibiotics from inflamed leg, she will get very bad, but she doesn't understand that her leg has rosacea, and obviously with staphylococcus you can see. And I say, what about to try prolonged antibiotics? And she said, no, I will get so bad because there is a belief that you will get so bad. Of course, sometimes I feel something bad, but you can drink omeprazole, you can drink soda, and it should not stop from trying, maybe not to kill this bacteria, but to diminish its spreading. I don't know how it will be. I don't know who will win, but At the moment, the biggest enemy, even not bacteria, but people, the angry people. If they feel that you are ill, they attack. They are worse than this bacteria. Because with this bacteria, you can somehow agree, negotiate to smash her to the head, to silence her. But angry people is the very very bad thing. And prehistory was that bad doctors lied about my cyst, and I had a huge cyst, and I lost a lot of blood. And as losing blood, this inflammation went worse. I was seeing that my eye is curved. This this inflammation was really it was going through my face 1 month, so it had to be balloon around my eye, but I could feel it because I saw in one of my video that my eye is going curved. And that night in clinic, the young doctor asked why your eye is curved. So they even did not know that orbital cellulitis curves eye. It's pushes eye. They even do not study. They did. It's a lot of material in YouTube. They can look. So if it's curve, the inflammation squeezes it. Okay. So that's my story. I hope to survive. I drank pills B1 during the day, but from them you got very sleepy. So usually I drink on the night because bacteria are active at the night when we sleep and we can die or we can get paralyzed or so on. So I drink in the night. So that's my story, and I think I could help one or two person maybe if they find my story. So good night.